There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name.
Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now you're watching Casino Is the Name, and in this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I'm seeing. It's a reoccurring thing, and it can be detrimental to your trucking business in the very beginning. It could cost you your business. It can cost you to not be able to even go into business. It can cost you having to go out of business because of this one thing, and that is finding a driver who does not have a bad driving record. I know this sounds like, how bad could it be? Or it doesn't seem like such a hard thing to do, but you will be surprised how many people buy a truck, they buy a trailer, they buy, they get the authority started, they get a DOT number, they get the MC number, they get all of the decals and everything put on the truck. They go do all of this, and they already have a driver in mind because they've spoke to someone, but they haven't actually pulled their driving record before they went out and bought all of this other stuff. And then when it's time to pay for the insurance, they find out that the person who they have gone and went out and bought all of this stuff thinking, I have a driver who's ready to drive for me, and the driver's like, hey, you got your stuff yet? Hey, you got your stuff yet? And they're constantly pushing you in that direction, and you're very motivated, and all you can think about is the good stuff, and you've already financed your truck, you've already bought a trailer or financed a trailer, you've already applied for your authority, you've done everything. The only thing you got left to do is get insurance. And you may already know, you may have already done the research, and you know that with insurance, let's say the yearly cost of the insurance, you have to put 20% down of that yearly cost, right? And so you know you probably got to put down 20%, but that 20% can be 20% of $15,000, or that 20% could be 20% of $20,000, or that 20% could be 20% of $30-something thousand, $40-something thousand. And that 20% can be the difference maker in your entire success of your business. That extra $10,000 to $15,000 difference based on what your driver's record is, that could make or break your business, especially since you have to put that down out of pocket, right? So if you have to put 20% down out of pocket, and 20%, and say you got a great driver and you find an insurance company that's willing to insure you for whatever insurances you need, your commercial insurances, for about, I don't know, let's say $15,000, right? So that $15,000, you know, 20% of that, 10% of $15,000 is $1,500. So 1,500 times 2 will give you 20%. So 1,500 and 1,500 is $3,000. Or you could just do the math on that. 15,000 at 20% is $3,000. I'm just trying to make it easier for those of you who may not see it. Anyway, all right. So you're looking at about $3,000 down out of pocket that you got to put down. So you got to get your truck, and you can finance your truck. You may not put no money down on your truck. Maybe you'll put some money down on your truck. Your trailer, you can finance your trailer. Or you might just buy a trailer outright. All I'm trying to say is that the most money that you might actually have to come out of pocket, or the most money you may actually have to put down in this entire process, could be, well, was probably going to be on your insurance, and having to put that 20% down, and then you're going to have a higher insurance payment over the course, based off of your driver's record. Now, don't get me wrong, 15,000 is low. That's good. You know, if you're getting $15,000 commercial auto or commercial insurance for a trucking company starting out, that's phenomenal, right? If you're getting 20 something thousand, a lot of new companies start around 20 something thousand, but when you go up to 20s, let's say 25,000, 20% of 25,000 is $5,000. You now have to come out of pocket, not $3,000, but now $5,000. And when you start going up to 30 something $1,000 a year in insurance, you know, let's say your insurance is $35,000, that's $7,000 that you got to have in the beginning. Plus, you're going to have higher payments over the course of that time, compared to putting $3,000 down and still having to pay the other $12,000 over the course, you know, $1,000 a month if you had $15,000 commercial auto insurance. So, because you're putting $3,000 down and you basically carrying the other $12,000 over the next few months. It'll be actually more than $1,000 a month because you got to pay that $12,000 in 11 months. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, but the point is, you have a greater chance of failing based off of not knowing where you're going to be when it comes to, do you have a good driver? Initially, so the way that works is, with you being a new company, insurance is usually going to be higher, right? It's going to be higher because, you know, they're not sure how you're going to be operating, right? And so as you go on, insurance gets lower and lower. And because you're also not a major company, a lot of these drivers may not, I'd say some of them, they may act as though they don't know what their driving record looks like. But they should, since they're drivers, since they're truck drivers already, or they have a CDL or whatever. But some of them, they don't have an issue if they're driving for a larger carrier. Those larger carriers might still employ them because they can swallow that difference, or they have super low insurances or something like that already. But you as a new company cannot afford them usually. Well, I don't say usually, but in most situations, it doesn't make financial sense for you to take on you're basically paying for them to be insured because, I mean, of course you're paying for them to be insured, but you're paying in, you're helping them improve their driving record at that point versus just having a driver who can just drive. They're actually costing you more money. Of course, you're paying for them to be on insurance. As a matter of fact, when you add a driver to your authority who has a good driving record, like nothing on their record over a certain period of time, they actually don't cost you anything. You can add them for free. A lot of people don't know that. But yeah, so you end up these bad drivers or these people with bad driving records end up costing you more money, and you're still paying them. Like, they're still going to want to be paid, so you're going to still be trying to pay them. Your costs are going to be higher just by having them drive, and all of that. Now imagine if you have enough money to start this business and you know, just trying to get it going, and then you find out that your costs are going to be considerably higher, more money down, more insurance costs per month than what you were originally planning on, and you know the extra money could be $1,000 extra a month. It could be $2,000 extra a month. It could be whatever that difference is. It could be a lot of extra money, and you may have not even gone into a certain situation, maybe based off of the kind of truck that you decide that you're going to buy, or the kind of trailer that you're going to kind of try to get, or even maybe the kind of loads that you're planning to run. You may not even go into a certain kind of truck based off of the monthly payment or something, based off of what you think you're gonna be paying in insurance, and then you find out you paying $2,000 more per month, and you just went out and bought this $100,000 truck when you could have just went and got a $50,000 truck or $40,000 truck. But you're basing this all off of these people telling you that they have a good driving record, and believe me, I see this more often than not. All right, so if you get caught out there, just know that this is not you're not the only person. My opinion about it is find the driver first. Make sure that their record is good to go. Pull an MVR, motor vehicle report. Talk to some insurance agents about, hey, if I send this over to you, what do you think about this driver? Before, do all of that. Figure out your insurance stuff before you go and buy the truck. Figure that stuff out. You go buy the truck, you got the truck, trailer, everything ready to go. You can file for your authority and everything, and then you get to the point where you're like, oh, I ain't got $5,000 out of pocket to put down right now. And I can't afford to pay, $2,000-$3,000 a month in insurance. I can't afford to pay that. So you might want to figure that out before you go buy the truck. Find that stuff out. That is some of the best advice that I can give any new trucking company starting out. Anyway, right now you're watching Casino is the Name, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe to this video. If you find any value in it, please pass it along. All right, we out. Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now you're watching Casino is the Name, and if you want to know how I started my trucking business, I have an ebook called Big Shot, Hot Shot, Volume 1, Own Your Trucking Authority. The link is going to be in the description. It'll pretty much tell you everything from if the taxes to different types of trailers and all sorts of things. It's a great book, 5-star reviews. Link will be in the description. Go get it. Yeah.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Me and her together, we just count it up. Money on my mind, I can't get enough. Don't play with my money, you don't want no beef. Cause I come from the bottom, I come from the street. When she first saw me, she said, who is that? When a man saw me, he called me a threat. I'm the one that really lived with a rap. They ain't never did it, they ain't really trap. Say you want to be successful. Well, what's stopping you? Can't nothing stop you from being successful except for you. You standing in your own way. I came from the bottom. I ain't know nothing but the grind. You can't tell me nothing about that. I called the bus at Basin Street Projects in Tallahassee, Florida. You hear me? I used to think $1 million would last me my whole life. I'd have made that and spent that. $1 million ain't enough. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. It's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the Name.